I want to bring in the CEO and founder of OfferUp, Max Levchin, is with us this morning. And Max, it's great to see you.
Great to be here.
And you know why I wanted to ask you about, broadly speaking, technology? Because you see so much. I know recently you are in the round of raising money for OfferUp. That was one, but you created PayPal, you created OfferUp. Look at the whole landscape for us. Where's the growth within tech today?
So I think one of the trends that's oft talked about, but it's just impossible to overestimate, is the shift to mobile. If you look at the secular trend all over the world, certainly in this country, and we're actually kind of a laggard compared to the rest of the world, shifting from desktop computing, desktop shopping, desktop everything to mobile devices, tablets, phones, it's just an unbelievable force. That's probably the single most powerful opportunity. Sort of the mirror image of that, what happens in the back end, in the server land, it's all going to the cloud. And I think, apropos the Alphabet diversification from their enormous and successful advertising business, as the price per click starts dropping, they have to diversify, and their strongest play is following and try to catch up to Amazon was their cloud offering.
Yeah, I think you make really good points. So you're talking about growth, obviously, in the cloud, and growth also in mobility. That's a wide swath of companies.
There's a lot going on there.
There really is. All right, let's talk about OfferUp. You've been reinventing consumer credit services. You say most people don't trust banks.
It's not that most people don't trust banks. They don't feel great about banks. I think for a long time it's now been the norm that you don't really think your personal financial institution has your best interest in mind. You sort of think that you got to watch your back and they'll watch theirs. And I think there's a real opportunity to create a great brand, which is what we're trying to do with OfferUp, where consumer comes first, where we believe we have to be honest and transparent and create access for those that choose to opt out of the system or have been excluded by the system. That's what we've been doing with OfferUp.
And you've got 1,000 retail partners. Yeah. When you were on with us last time, a couple of months ago, you had announced that OfferUp had handed out its 1 millionth loan. Today you have another big announcement to make.
Right. So we have 1,000 retail partners, which we're very proud of, where we offer point-of-sale financing for consumers in an honest and transparent way. So having 1,000 major merchants that offer us or promote us to their customers is really amazing. The best number that is we've still quadrupled year on year. We've done well more than 1 million loans, and we've never charged a single fee to the consumer. It's all been honest and transparent.
Wow, how do you do that? I mean, how do you monetize that business?
So merchants pay us a little bit, and we obviously charge consumers interest. The fees that I'm referring to is things that people don't expect. The number one tenet that we've built a company around is be 100% transparent about the price. Once you tell the customer, here's what the loan will cost you, never change the price, never trick, never make these funny 0% today, 1,000,000% tomorrow scams that we very much despise as consumers.
Explain to me how the regulatory environment plays into this, because when you look at, like, for example, Walmart recently removing the deferred interest from its card programs, this is important.
I applaud Walmart for this. I think it was an unequivocally great thing for customers. They've realized that these schemes, while seem great for customers, are just deceptive. They're way too complicated to understand, and many people find themselves in the receiving end of debt they did not expect. And so the fact that they chose to step out and say, we'll not be offering this anymore is great. I think the regulators should applaud and should support that move by Walmart. In general, I think the regulatory environment for fintech has been rapidly catching up to what's happening in Silicon Valley. Companies like OfferUp are helping to reinvent, modernize consumer finance, and so far the relationship, I think, has been fairly harmonious.
Max, you've been calling out in an op-ed in courts. You talked about the president's plan to rescind the international entrepreneur rule. Tell me why this is so important to you. You want to make a call to action for people to submit public comments to the DHS. Why do you feel this is so important, and that you want the administration's move to rescind this makes absolutely no sense, you say, for the economy?
For one, it's a personal issue. I'm an immigrant. I came to this country as a teenager and started my first company a couple of years later and have been starting companies ever since. And I think there are many different issues wrapped in the one word immigration. It's really important to separate them out. The one that I'm passionate about is the high skill, especially entrepreneur immigrants that come to this country with nothing to lose, everything to gain, start companies, create jobs for Americans, and very much want to integrate, very much want to create more opportunity for themselves, for everyone around them. And so International Entrepreneur Rule was designed to make that process simpler, not eliminate vetting, not eliminate due diligence, but to create more opportunities for immigrants to start companies here.
You make a lot of good points, Max, and I thought that op-ed was great. Real quick, before you go, OfferUp. You recently were part of the round to raise money for OfferUp. What was attractive about this company?
So during my PayPal years, now 20-some years ago, I watched eBay reinvent classifieds industry, and I thought it was just an amazing company, and obviously PayPal eventually went up part of eBay, though temporarily. When I ran into the OfferUp guys, I realized that they were reinventing classifieds again in this shift to mobile, and so I just couldn't stay away from this amazing opportunity.
Oh, wow. Okay, so it's reinventing classified because you're basically putting furniture that you want to sell on
A mobile app.
On a mobile app. Really cool stuff. Max, great to see you.
Always good to be
Thanks
here.
so much for joining us. Max Levchin is the co-founder of PayPal and the founder of Affirm.